Something new out. Let's take a look at Tuesday's marquee matchup between the two big teams in LA, Lakers Clippers. Instead of listening to Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp try to talk like they know what's going on, or all these guys that haven't coached a day in their lives, let's take a look from somebody who really knows the details, who's been there inside an NBA film room. What exactly happened? What adjustments do both teams need to make? What do I think of both teams going forward? Make sure you follow on Twitter at ScoutWithBryan for the best basketball content. Period. First off, a lot of hand-wringing about AD post-ups. Frank Vogel using him down there too much, so on and so forth. Anthony Davis had 25 points. Almost all of them came from the post. The post-ups were not the problem. He is a really hard guard, especially on that left block, where you see the Clippers' game plan, even to start the game, was to send a double team off of McGee, and that got McGee a dunk, as the Clippers are slow rotating from the weak side. Here they post him straight out of side out of bounds play, faces up a little bit, got really advanced post game. Vogel had a lot of success with David West, with Paul George, with Luis Scola, a whole bunch of guys in Indiana. He played through the post. Yes, the game's changed a little bit. It's still a pretty simple game. You see the Lakers have much better spacing this year. They have shooters on the outside where teams can't help off as much, and that gives Anthony Davis all the room he wants from that left block to go to work. Got a lot of free throws out of his post actions as well. The main post game, like Kendrick Perkins pointed out, a lot of it was just hit ahead, dump it down, little turn action. Here we got turnout drill, we call this. It's a hard cut off the post. The post can open up threes as well. Hard cut, handoff's open, hand it to him. Defense has to come in and take away the layup. Corner drift by Troy Daniels is pretty much textbook how coaches want it to look. Beautiful offense right there. Again, living on that left block, Clippers had good defenders to throw at him, but he still got a lot of good looks out of this. You see the Clippers, again, reluctant to send a whole lot of help. JaMychal Green tries to pull the chair here, and Anthony Davis is still able to spin off it, finish strong with that left hand. Here we see that turn again. Turn, hit the post. Nice and simple, but with the floor spaced again. Face up now, jab step. Really good at that in his game as well. Here you see a deep seal. This is something you'll see as well. The one disadvantage is when AD is placed up top and LeBron gets downhill, sometimes teams will be able to do this. Switch off of AD. Harrell was guarding AD originally. He stops the ball, takes LeBron. Harkless, though, needs to do a much better job fighting AD, pushing him out of there. He doesn't. AD gets a great deep seal. LeBron delivers the pass for an and one. Turn out again. Spin baseline. Got it all. Whole bunch of finesse. Whole bunch of different moves in the post. Power game, finesse game, face-up game. Turnaround game. Post-ups were not the problem, I can assure you. If they can get him a few more looks, I would like to see him get a few more looks from three. It was nice to see this wrinkle. I'd like to see a few more looks like this. Looks like it's going to be a stagger away for KCP, but then you end up, really, Davis should be the first screener. Makes this play a lot easier to run. But Dwight ends up coming back to get him, still gets him a relatively wide open look from three. Like to see more pin downs and stuff like that out of AD going forward. He's really good coming out of tight pins as well. LeBron got some touches in the post as well. Of course, that's probably his best spot. Better at this age down there than he is handling up top. To start the game, they had a mismatch with Patrick Beverley on him, and LeBron a couple times was able to use his size just to score over. Here they end up trying to send some help. And again, this is the effect of having the court spaced. AD being able to space the floor. JaVale's not, but he's in the dunker. We got three shooters spread. Help comes in. Kawhi has to rotate, cover down. LeBron's great at finding the kicks. Danny Green obviously thrived off it. Avery Bradley had a nice game. Play to start the second half. Nice little wrinkle, back pick. Get Beverley switched on to LeBron again. Zubac comes over for the double again. McGee dives for an easy dunk. Got some good things again out of the post game. And then all the narrative that LeBron doesn't play defense. Yeah, we tackled that last season. You can see that video up at top. But he still will play plenty of defense, do it when it counts. Not afraid to take a charge. Not the world's most mobile defender in the world, but for the most part, he played a really good defensive game. The pick and roll was not as effective, like I mentioned. Why? because when you're able to switch, that pretty much takes away a lot of the advantage that LeBron does have in the pick and roll. Here we see Harrell guarding him initially. Harkless guarding him initially. Harrell's going to switch onto him. Now Harkless switches back onto him. LeBron does a nice job on this play, getting all the way to the rim for the reverse finish. With AD, though, since they were switching big, having a lot of bigs guard both of them, we see Kawhi on LeBron to start. Patterson switches on to LeBron. That's not a huge mismatch. The mismatch really is AD in the post on Kawhi, but Kawhi does such a good job pushing out the catch, really bothering him, bumping AD off his spot. Ball goes out of bounds. Switching takes teams out of their pick and roll. I would like to see more of it with a straight 5-man, with JaVale. When JaVale's setting, at least you do have to have the defense pull in a little bit, and that created an open 3 again for Davis here that he just doesn't hit. I'd also like to see them set some with the small setting for LeBron. Traditionally, that's been the best pick and roll action for him in his career, with a shooter like Danny Green or even Troy Daniels setting for him. Here we see Patrick Beverley do a phenomenal job being into the ball, going under, playing a game of cat and mouse here, kind of daring LeBron to take this shot. Gets back, squares the ball up, really good defense. Beverley did a great job on any possession when he really had to compete. Here you see Patterson's going to switch on to LeBron. Again, the real mismatch is not this. LeBron against Patterson, they're both pretty much 4s at this point in their career. Even though LeBron's got a good handle, he's never been a guy, except really early in his career, who's great, really having a ton of wiggle off the ball, with the ball. AD on Kawhi, that should be the matchup that they were looking to exploit. Instead, LeBron takes a whole bunch of dribbles, really goes nowhere. You see LeBron AD again, the game plan, switch. Switch takes them out of it. You do a good job switching. Harrell's on LeBron, takes away the shot. Harkless is on AD, fights him well, steals the pass. Great locked-in defense by the Lakers. Of course, Lou Will picking up right where he left off last season. Such a dynamite scorer off the bench. Lakers' game plan basically was to try to force him right, but Lou's gotten so used to that, doesn't matter. He's still going to read it and make the right play. Here we see JaVale in a drop coverage, but Harrell still is going to get a step behind him. JaVale is worried about the pull-up just for a second, which is just enough for Lou to slip this pocket pass right in there to Harrell. They've got such good chemistry on that pick and roll. Here we see them forcing him right again. Really trying. Harrell does a great job on this one, flipping the screen. Tried to get him to his left initially. You see the flip of the screen right there. Now Lou's going right. He can still hit a wide-open free throw line jumper, where, of course, mid-range isn't dead. You see him rise up. This time he got to his left, but he loves that floater, especially going left. They were trying not to allow that. Can't keep him away from his left the entire game. Lou's just so darn good at this point. Look at a shot like this. Not much you can do about that. End of a quarter. Yes, he went under about 40 feet from the basket. Ends up getting a good contest, though. Going to his left, though, Lou can make that shot as good as anybody in the history of basketball. Here we see, again, Green trying to send him right, but he's working so hard to send him right that Lou ends up just rejecting, not using the screen, getting to his spot at the left, going left, where he's dynamite hitting that shot. 22, 23 feet, wherever he is. Again, mid-range is dead. I don't think so. Here they send him right in the horns action. But Lou has improved so much going right in his career and also passing the ball. Such a great look here, the dump off. AD guarding Patrick Patterson up top. Can't help a ton. Can't help much off Shamet in the corner. AD tries to pull in and take Harrell, but he's just worried enough about Patrick Patterson spacing the floor out here that Lou's able to make the late pass at the last second and get Harrell another dunk. Pistol action for Lou. This one they're going to try to ice, send down to his right hand. All right, they do a pretty good job here. Anthony Davis comes in this time to take away the dunk. So now we've got 2 guys to guard 3 on the weak side. Danny Green, LeBron do a pretty good job. Danny Green ends up firing out, but Landry Shamet's a big-time shooter. Big-time shot for him late in this game. Gave the Clippers a big jolt off the bench. Here we see him going right again. Hitting Harrell. Harrell's done a phenomenal job passing out of the pocket as well. When he gets the ball, becomes the decision maker. He's made great reads. You see Anthony Davis pull in here off to Michael Green. Harrell making the skip pass to the corner. Extra pass leads to great shots. Late in the game, the Lakers went to trying to trap Lou Williams, just said enough with our coverage. We're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. But here, Jared Dudley ends up staying way too long. JaMychal Green gets an open three. Kawhi Leonard, of course, as good as ever. Best player in the league right now, in my opinion. Perfect example of mid-range is dead. I don't think so. Guy's worked on it relentlessly his whole career. Didn't have it to start his career. All he had was rim and threes, but you know what? He's worked on just about every shot in the book. Got to his spot at the left elbow. Right here, you're not seeing deja vu in his rhythm. He's going to get right back to that exact same spot pretty much on the next possession. That guy just plays off feel. He's got every shot in the book. He's got such great rhythm to his game. He can rise up, elevate. He's got every move. Everything's been drilled and practiced 1,000 times. Look at this one, late in the shot clock. My God, the amount of touch to get that off. All these shots. Again, it just trips me out when people say mid-range is dead. You think players have like an odometer that they know exactly whether at 23 feet, 22 feet, 17 feet, 8 feet, whatever it is, these are tough shots, but he's worked on it, and that's why he can hit them. He's worked on it nonstop throughout his entire career. And if you want to be an elite scorer in the NBA, you better add it to your game, like Lou Williams has, like Kawhi Leonard has. Here we see Kawhi operating out of the post. Jared Dudley's so concerned about him, as he should be, coming to pull over. LeBron has to cover down on Harrell. But now he's going to skip the ball to the corner. Harkless was a great addition off the bench. Gets a wide-open corner three. Knocked him down in the game. Played with a ton of energy as well. Patrick Beverley, speaking of energy, did a great job, of course. The little things. Here's a little thing right here. We call this a stunt. He's guarding KCP up top. He's going to stunt to Anthony Davis. Make him think about it just for a second. Ends up traveling. Little thing. This is a big thing. Taking a charge against Anthony Davis especially, not being afraid to sacrifice your body, putting pressure on the ball. Look at this, end of the quarter, Quinn Cook wanted no part of this. Look at the ball pressure Beverly's putting on. They send Dudley out to try to get a switch, not going to happen. Patrick Beverley still gets up into the ball. Quinn Cook eventually is just like, I don't want the ball anymore. We're going to give it to KCP. End of the quarter, ends up losing the ball. Great defense by Patrick Beverley. AD, I showed you cooking all game from the left block. So on this one, Patrick Beverley, his man, Avery Bradley, is going to cut through. Beverley does a great job, though, seeing the basketball, seeing the spin by Anthony Davis. Really should have been a travel or something. Gets a questionable jump ball. Great defense still by Patrick Beverley. Here they tried to set up, after a free throw, a spin-out lob for Anthony Davis. Look at the recognition. Patrick Beverley guarding a shooter in the weak corner in KCP. Doesn't matter. He sees the lob coming. He's going to come all the way over, jump for it, knock it away. Phenomenal intensity, gets the crowd into it, gets his teammates into it, loves the game of basketball, not afraid to muck it up a little bit, be a little fiery, and then 8-point game, 3 minutes left, still absolutely a game. Look at LeBron. I gave LeBron praise for playing defense most of the game. This isn't good enough. You can't let Patrick Beverley just outwork you for a huge free throw rebound. Takes an 8-point game to a Harrell and one, which makes it an 11-point game. And then again, look at the intensity. The thing is, with him, not like Lance Stevenson, it's not just about him. It's not about Patrick Beverley. It's about getting his team fired up. Look how much his teammates love him. Look how he goes to make sure he daps up just about every single guy on the bench. This is a selfless, high-character, energy guy. Loves to win more than anything. Loves to compete. I'm riding with Patrick Beverley any day of the week. Clippers defense in general, pretty darn good too. A couple little quick hustle plays I'll show you. Harrell, big-time shot blocker as well. And then, how about Lou Williams playing some defense here? This was a huge play in the game with 8 minutes left, and the Lakers only down 2. Anticipates the pass to LeBron for the steal. Gets Harrell a layup. Really should have been an and one in transition to make it a 4-point game. And then you want to know why the Lakers lost? Missed opportunities like this one right here. LeBron's going to drive, have an easy right-hand finish, blows the layup. Game was close. Lakers were right there. Can't really complain about all that much. Calm down. They'll be just okay. They'll be fine. They're a really good team. Both teams are really good teams. Thanks for watching the game. Rewind, Lakers, Clippers. Make sure you hit that thumb up button. Hit that subscribe button. Whole lot of this coming all season long. At ScoutWithBryan, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan. Really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.